Hello and welcome to the first BHS TV news of the 2022-2023 school year. My name is Jackson Bragman, and we begin today with our Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks state championship winning men's tennis team. The Blackhawks capped off an undefeated season with a huge win in the state finals against Northville High to win their 4th state championship in school history. Congrats to the 2022 men's tennis team. With Halloween season looming, Abel Duchateau investigated what your classmates are doing this Halloween.
A lot of people consider Halloween to be their favorite holiday due to the buckets load of candy that you can get. But how many of these people still celebrate it? Statistics show that people stop celebrating at ages 12 to 16. I'm Abel Duchateau, and I'm going to go see what our school thinks. All right, who are we here with?
Gabby,
Phoenix Eaton.
Caitlin James,
Karsten Connolly.
Cedric.
What grade are you in?
freshman,
I'm in 10th grade.
junior.
I'm a senior.
Are you going to celebrate Halloween?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with some of my friends.
No, I think I'm going up to Michigan State.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Taking the kids skating and going to get them some pizza and going home and watch movies.
Are you going to like any parties or something?
Yeah, we're gonna go to a party.
Okay. Trick or treating?
No.
Probably. Haven't fully figured that out yet.
Are you going to dress up?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I'm planning on it.
No.
Yes.
What are you going to dress up as?
A boxer.
I'm gonna be the Joker.
Joker, yeah.
I'm gonna be Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
My wife is going to be Morticia and I'm going to be Ghostmask.
That's from,
Yeah.
it's from the Addams Family, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, as you can see, a lot of kids will be dressing up, and everyone will be celebrating Halloween in their own special little ways. I'm Abel Duchateau, and that has been your special segment on Halloween for BHS-TV News.
Thanks, Abel. It's great to see what the high schoolers are up to this year. Let's see what the youngsters are up to this Halloween season. Anthony Doria headed to the Bloomfield Township Public Library.
With the fall season in full spring, the Halloween spirit is alive, and here at Bloomfield Hills Township Community Library, they hosted a trick-or-treat event for kids of all ages to enjoy that Halloween fun. I had the opportunity to interview Jen Taggart, the Youth Services Coordinator at the library.
I have been a youth librarian here at the Bloomfield Township Public Library for over 21 years now.
She says that she loves to see all the smiles on the kids' faces, and was also one of the reasons why she did become a librarian.
Oh my goodness, this is why I became a youth librarian. I love working with children, and I love seeing all the smiling faces and that they are happy after they've attended our programs. It's so much fun. Last year, that was our first trick-or-treat event, and we had over 200 people here for it.
And with the success of this program, it should be going on for years to come and be a fan favorite. For BHS TV News, I'm Anthony Doria.
Thanks, Anthony. Hope to see lots of smiling kids at the Bloomfield Township Public Library this Halloween season. But Halloween isn't the only thing going on in Bloomfield this fall. Let's go to BHS TV News' own Jackson Bragman to tell us about some fall fun at the Franklin Cider Mill.
The Franklin Cider Mill has been a staple of the Bloomfield Hills community for decades, and any Michigander will tell you that there is nothing better than a cup of cider and a warm, fresh donut on a fall day. I decided to head to the Franklin Cider Mill to see what all the hype was all about.
The Franklin Cider Mill is buzzing this afternoon, with hundreds of families coming in and out to enjoy the fall weather, feed the ducks, and of course, enjoy some delicious cider and donuts.
The cider mill has their basic pure apple cider that they sell, but that's not the only flavor of cider that you guys have to offer. What are the different flavors and what seem to be the most popular types of cider that you guys offer at the cider mill?
Absolutely. So we've always had our traditional cider that's been sold here for many years, which is a mixture of apples. We also sell a Honeycrisp cider, which is made exclusively from the Honeycrisp apple. The traditional is made from that big mixture, so this is only the Honeycrisp apple. It's a little bit sweeter, it's a little bit lighter, and a lot of people do prefer that, especially if they have a sweet tooth.
And the cider mill sells more than just cider and donuts.
Dakota bread, so we have challah here, that's apple cinnamon and the regular. We have pumpkin sugar cookies here. We sell apple sauces, every different kind of jelly, jam, popcorn. We have caramel apples, endless amount of supplies of fall materials that we just absolutely love. And this year, one kick is that our donuts have always been our cinnamon spice donuts, but we're now selling donut dust, so you can get that cinnamon sugar that people just love to have on the donuts. So you just sprinkle it in your bag, shake it up a little bit, and you have cinnamon sugar donuts.
It's a little DIY action for the people at home. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Franklin Cider Mill is the place for you to be all fall long. For WBFH, I'm Jackson Bragman.
Gee, great job, Jackson. Thanks for your flawless work as always. We now turn our attention to the race for Michigan governor. Democrat Gretchen Whitmer will run for re-election against Republican Tudor Dixon in a contest that will decide Michigan's governor for the next 4 years. Current polls predict a close race that could go down to the wire between the two candidates, leaving Michiganders anticipating Election Day. Make sure to get out and vote for governor and other elected positions in the state of Michigan and Oakland County on November 8th and make your voice heard. Here at BHHS, we have a robust marching band program, and many have wondered if the strenuous activity should be considered a sport. Apollo Tosto investigates this question with the students and staff of BHHS.
Marching band is an integral part of any high school. From their halftime performances to their class practices, these students commit their lives to playing an instrument. While the marching band has its emphasis on the performance, it also has the element of movement. They coordinate their moves to make different formations over a period of several songs. So this begs the question, is marching band a sport? I talked to several teachers, coaches, and students about their opinions on the matter.
My name is Avis Nager, and I'm the athletic coordinator for the school district, and I run the high school athletics as well as the 3 middle school athletics. That's a tricky question. I think it could be considered a sport considering they do have competitions.
I think that's a tough question. I think on one hand, marching band is it's very physically demanding and it takes a lot of time and effort that you have to put into it. But at the same time, a lot of other sports, they meet, more times a week. It's more competitive than marching band is. But I definitely think marching band is up there with sports, in a ranking, if you were to, it takes the same amount of physical energy and demand.
One thing I always tell the kids is, we are the biggest team, not necessarily team sport, but the biggest team in the school. We're all varsity. There's no JV marching band. And every kid needs to contribute. And sometimes that can hold us back a little bit because maybe this freshman's not getting it and the senior is really bored. But what that can create, and I think what's really wonderful in the synergy that creates is that senior's job is now to help that freshman and to help them succeed.
While most people I interviewed said that marching band isn't a sport, they all highlighted that it does take skill, practice, and precision, just like any traditional sport. This has been Apollo Tosto for BHS-TV News.
One of the great things about Bloomfield Hills High School is the vast and unique courses our school has to offer. And Mohammed Al-Majoun is here to tell us about a class new to BHHS this fall.
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed Al-Majoun, and this semester I've been lucky enough to enroll in Mrs. Toomey Detroit Past and Present class here at the high school. I talked to Mrs. Toomey about the new class.
So Detroit Past and Present is a class that we used to have in this district and haven't been offering for a few years, and we were able to bring it back. It's a class that's research-based, so each student is able to explore their own interests and curiosities about Detroit, and then we learn from each other.
And this class is not only for study, but there are also a field trip to Detroit museums.
We're going to be taking this semester alone at least one, but probably 2 field trips to Detroit. So on October 27th, we're going on our first field trip to Fort Wayne, Detroit, and then we'll take a little walking tour of the immediate Riverwalk area, see some of the African American history that's in that area, and then the Elmwood Cemetery where we have a lot of our founders buried. And it's also the site of the Battle of Bloody Run. And given that it's October, I should mention that these 2 sites are also some of Detroit's most haunted sites.
Thank you, Mrs. Toomey, for this interview. This is all about the new class. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Mohammed. Finally, Reese Bedness is here to let us know about the recent Hurricane Ian down in Florida.
Recently, a devastating natural disaster has swept through Florida, Hurricane Ian. It was the deadliest hurricane to strike the state of Florida since the 1935 Labor Day hurricane. Ian caused widespread damage across western Cuba in the southeast United States, especially the states of Florida and South Carolina. This Category 4 hurricane has been linked to the deaths of at least 119 people in Florida. It has destroyed people's homes, destroyed their belongings, and has destroyed lives. And it is my understanding that you have friends that live down in Florida?
Yes, I do.
So, have you stayed in contact with them during this hurricane?
Yes, I have.
Well, what have you learned from them, and how have they been impacted from Hurricane Ian?
Well, they had to move around a little bit, so I know some friends of mine that had their houses damaged or destroyed, and they had to go out of state and stay with their friends or family, and it sucks. It's a really bad situation. I'm praying for everyone down there.
All right, thank you for your time. As you can see, Hurricane Ian has been doing many devastating things to the families across Florida.
Thanks, Reese, for that important update, and thank you for watching another edition of BHS TV News.